Hey, family. Haywood Barber here, real quick. Doing a quickie, if y'all don't mind, real quick. I'm going to do a quickie with you all. Haywood Barber, real estate investor, teacher, trainer, coach, coach's coach. Watching a little bit of financial news, as I do quite often. I hope everybody else does too. Because I got to tell you, it is so informative. It's very informative. The information is unbelievable. You gotta really get to the information. So anyway, real quick, I'm going to be. You guys can probably tell that I got a little makeshift studio here at my place up here in Maryland. But real quick, I had to make a quick dash. One of my private students up here needed some specialized attention, and so I did give it to them. But I did want to come in real quick and talk about, I've been talking a lot, especially to my students, about concluding this year on a high note, right? So no matter where you are in your 2017 goals, I really want you to get into making sure that no matter where your goals are that you set for 2017, you finish strong. Don't give up yet. Don't do that. A lot of people will just say, "I'll forget it. I'm going to do holiday parties and I'm just going to relax, and I need that relaxation so I can start the year off straight." Remember, how you do anything is almost how you do everything. So I teach my students, and I teach my kids the same thing. Be high, efficient, diligent, persistent with whatever it is that you do. Don't just give up at the drop of a hat. And I mean, and I know that 2017 was a tough year for entrepreneurs, but I want to be honest with you. It was a tough, glorifying year for me. We've done real good things in the space of what we do. We do real estate investing, and we do a lot of teaching and training. We hold your hand, and so we had a great year. It had its hiccups, but I mean, every year I think has its hiccups. So I never let that be a determining factor if I'm going to short my goals. And I never short my goals. I push hard, even when I'm so far from them. And this year was a good year, but I didn't make my goals either. But I'm not giving up. I'm still pushing, I'm still teaching, I'm still training, and I'm still pushing and teaching and training my students, no matter where their goals are. And they pay me for that, so that's fine. What I want to tell you guys though is that 2018 is the launch of a great life. The space in terms of the internet, Bitcoin, net neutrality, all these things are setting up for you to have an outstanding life. I don't want you to think that things are going against you because of what's going on in the White House. And if I were you, I'm gonna be honest with you, if I were you, I would stop watching the White House. I would stop watching regular news. I would stop watching television, unless you're not watching the right kind of television. So I have a real quick list. Let me see, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I listed this as watch out for the bubble. The bubble, but be certain that the bubble is your friend. Just like the trend is your friend. Know for a fact that the bubble that's about to happen, and there's going to be a couple in 2018, right? But remember that the bubble, what it does is corrects whatever market that you're looking at, whether it be financial markets, whether it be Bitcoin, whether it be real estate, whether it be real estate in terms of private homes, real estate in terms of commercial properties, real estate in terms of apartment houses. Whatever the bubble is, there's going to be a correction. I've been talking about this lately because I want people to understand that if you're trying to play in the markets, and I think that everybody should play in the markets, but you got to get your emotions in check. You must get your emotions in check, because if you're going to try and play in the space of day trading, real estate, investing like I do and like I teach. And if you're going to play in any of the Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, any of that, and you playing with your emotions in the game, you're going to lose. Because it's not an emotional game. It's an emotional-less game. Emotional-less. So you have to make sure that if you're going to play in these spaces, keep your emotions at the door. Because if you bring your emotions, you're setting yourself up to panic. And to be honest, us professionals, we I don't want to say we like to see, but we know what that's going to do to most people. That most people are going to get in, they're going to bring in their emotions, they think they're going to have the high flight, the enthusiasm, and that's all good. But if they're bringing in their emotions, typically they're going to see the dips, and when they get the dips, they're going to panic, and then they're going to get out and they're going to sell everything, and they're going to sell everything cheap, which is perfect for guys, professionals like me, because I like to buy from the people that panic, and then I can get a good deal. I love that. Right? I do that in real estate all the time. I get the rookies that come in and they get these classes and these courses from people that don't know what they're doing, and then they wind up selling it to me because they just want to get out before they lose their shirt. But we know that in Bitcoin, we know in real estate, we know that even in the stock market and the bonds, you make your money on the buy. That's where you make your money. You don't buy with the expectation. This is called speculation when you think that it's going to still rise up. But that's what happened in the crash of 2007 and 2008. People were saying, "Oh, real estate is so high, I can just buy it, put a down payment," which to me is not real estate investing. Put money down on a new home construction and put the money down, and then by the time the construction is done, I can sell it, sell the option, or sell whatever. But that's not really investing, right? So anyway, I wanted to come in real quick and just hit you with these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quick things, right? Success leaves clues. You want to know that. You got to know that. Success leaves clues. So if you're out there and you know that you want to win, then the best thing is to watch the people that are winning, right? This is back in the days when, used to be a journeyman, and then there used to be the apprentice, and all that used to be back in the day. I don't know why that's not going on anymore, but that's why you have the ratio of failures. Even the people that start businesses, they always think that they could do it on their own. They got to think they got a genius idea, but they haven't done any of the analytics. They don't even know. So this is why I say this, like I do. I watch a great deal of financial news, right, day in, day out. Most times I have a couple of different screens on. When I'm especially in my old office, I used to have different screens of different financial news, and I'm watching things. When I never got into day trading, but if I was a day trader, I would have several different screens going on, telling me what's going on in the commodities, what's going on in the futures, and all that. Because I like to set myself up to win. So success leaves clues. There's always people out there that are winning in the game that we want to get in. And if we want to win, then we should go and seek their help, or at least be around them in the fringes where they are, so we can make sure that we do everything that we can in order to win. Doesn't that make sense? I don't understand why people go out and try and open a restaurant and they don't have no schooling from somebody that already has a restaurant that's doing very well, or that has already had 4, 5, 6, 7 restaurants, and at the very least, right? At the very least, even if they fail several times, have them on your board or have them in your circle so they can explain to you what not to do, because that's just as valuable in the scope of building anything, knowing what not to do just as much as knowing what to do. I hope that makes some sense, right? Success definitely leaves clues. So go to the people that are successful. Right now you can go on YouTube and you can just get those people. Those people are out there and they're just putting out, they're just like me, I'm putting out just quality content, right? And I want that content out there because I want people to know that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to certain subjects, right? So when it comes to real estate investing, I know what I'm talking about. When it comes to even investing in just cryptocurrency, I'm learning so much information because now I've decided to sink my teeth into it. And even as I'm putting my money into it, I'm making sure that I'm learning and I will go pay. And I already said, I already paid $2,500 for a class. I'm getting ready to pay more money for another class, and I'm getting ready to get into masterminds that they know what they are doing. Because Bitcoin's been around since 2009. Right? So cryptocurrency, I mean, just because it's a hot buzz right now, see, look, I mean, and I know that this is how people are, because again, they use their emotions. They hear about it, they see what's going on, and right now there's a few cryptocurrency billionaires, specifically Bitcoin, and and we know one, right? I don't know him specifically, but Black Girl Investor, she knows a Bitcoin billionaire, right? He just turned around and bought a Lamborghini just the other day from Bitcoins, cryptocurrency. And ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you, well, I'm going to tell you this a little bit later. But so that's one, success leaves clues. And look, get a mentor. I mean, I don't know what this dirty secret is about not getting a mentor. What's this dirty secret about not paying for information? I always refer to the movie Heat, right? Where Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. And Al Pacino was the thief, and Robert De Niro, I think, Robert De Niro was the thief, and Al Pacino was the police officer, and then you had a couple other high-powered characters that was in the movie, but they went to, I forgot his name, what's Angelina Jolie's husband? They went to him to buy the information to rob a bank. That was going to be like $6 million or $14 million or probably $30 million, but they paid like $670,000 for the schematics and the information, the bank layout and all that kind of stuff. So they paid for this particular scheme. They paid like almost $750,000, $600,000. For the scheme. It's okay to pay for information. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, it's okay to pay for information, especially if it's specialized knowledge. I don't know, I'm wondering if people have actually read the book Think and Grow Rich, right? Because it talks about getting specialized knowledge. I mean, when you talk about Ford back in the 30s, right? Because this book was written in the 30s. Ladies and gentlemen, Napoleon Hill talks about specialized knowledge or concentrated knowledge or concentrated focus. Like if you think about Ford and his wife, and they had the first mastermind for building the horseless carriage, and it made him a billionaire in the 30s. So if you focus on one thing and get specialized knowledge, going to get that information, you're going to win. I mean, it's real simple, but most people are popping around from thing to thing. Anyway, I got to move on. Get on this, learn the law, right? Whatever the law is, learn it and then use it to your advantage. So get on the good side of what makes things successful, right? So remember that. Get on the good side of what makes things work. Put yourself ahead of it. So learn what it takes. So just like gravity, know that gravity, right, is going to pull you down if you elevate it from the ground. That it will pull you down. So then it makes no sense for you to jump out of a window or walk out of a window and not expect to fall. Learn the law. Excuse me. And if you learn the law of what it is that takes to win, and get on that side of what wins. See, I mean, I don't get, why people rob and steal when there's a high percentage that there are people that's going to catch you because they got so many people out there just trying to prevent people from robbing and stealing. So, I mean, when they in jail, I've talked to so many people, because I'm trying to help the recidivism rate and people going back to jail, and when I go there and I go to speak to people, and I'm trying to find out what makes them tick, they just thought that they could get away with it.